This training video is to teach you how to set up your new Effortless Office Zero client. The first thing you'll notice is you receive two boxes inside the big white box. This long skinny box right here has the keyboard in it, so just go ahead and pull that out. And you'll see that it's wrapped in plastic. Just pull that out and you can discard it. Alright, there you go. And we'll set that aside for right now. The next box, which is this smaller square-shaped box, has a few things inside it. First, you'll notice that there's a box with all your accessories. This includes your mouse, which is bubble wrapped, so pull that out. A network cable to plug into your network. If you already have one of these, you won't need this one, but if you don't, there it is for you. An active display adapter, which you'll see says StarTech on it, and is a little bit bigger and has a cable running from it. On one end, it has a video adapter for a DVI output. You'll see it's got a lot more pins on it, and it's got this little tongue right here. The other side has a smaller blue connector on it for normal monitors. You'll see a cheaper adapter, which is a passive adapter, which has the same thing on one side with the tongue, and then with the tongue right there, and then it's also got a VGA adapter right there, and then obviously the power cable, which you'll see right there. Alright, so pull all of those out. We'll put that to the side. And then the box also has the Zero client itself, so you'll want to remove the wrapping from that and pull the Zero client out. Okay, Zero client, very straightforward. You have a power button right here. You have a couple of other things for inputs if you use them, which you may not. And then on the back, you have a blue video input, you have a white video input, you have the places for your keyboard and your mouse to go, you have a place for your network cable to go, and then you have the power input right over here. Okay? So, we're going to put these boxes to the side. Now, you should have one or two monitors already at your house, and the cables coming off the monitors are either going to have a big white connector called a DVI connector, and it looks like that right there, and again it has that little tongue on the side and it's a little bit bigger, or more likely they're going to have this blue connector, and on that blue connector you're going to see that there's just pins. There's no tongue on any of the sides of it. Alright, so what we're going to do on the back of this Zero client here, if you have just one monitor and it has a blue cable like this, you're going to want to take this smaller adapter and plug that in to the blue port on the Zero client. So you'll see that this adapter has a bunch of little pins next to the tongue, and we'll see if we can't get zoomed in on that a little bit. There you go. You see how it's got these four little pins next to the tongue right here? You'll see the blue port on the Zero client has holes for those four. So this adapter is only going to fit into the blue port. There are no little four pins around this tongue on the white port, so it will not fit onto that. So it kind of makes it easy to know which one it goes to. So anyway, all we're going to do is plug that directly in there, plug the cable from your monitor into the back of that, and that's it. If you have instead one of these white adapters coming off your monitor, you just plug that straight into that top port, that blue port, and it'll just fit right in. You don't need to use the adapter. Okay? Now, if you have two monitors, like we do over here, you will see that both of my monitors have these blue cables coming off of them. Okay? If either of them had the white cable, then I would just use that and plug straight in on one of those ports. Doesn't matter which one. If they're both blue like this though, that's where you're also going to need to use this other adapter, which has the blue on one end and the whiter one with the tongue. Now you'll notice on this bigger adapter, it only has the tongue Also, it does not have the pins around the tongue. So what that means is, for your one monitor, you'll use the smaller adapter, and for the other one, you'll use the big adapter. So we're going to plug this big adapter into the white port, which is right down here, and then we're going to plug a monitor into that. Pretty straightforward. There we go. Alright, we're just going to plug into that. So you'll see that that's there. And then the other one, just like before, I'm going to take this one with this smaller adapter that does have the pins on it, and I'm going to plug that right into this top one here. And now don't forget to screw these all in together so that they're nice and tight, because you definitely don't want either of these two cables coming out. Okay? Now once you've got your monitors plugged in, the next thing to do is plug your keyboard and your mouse. So all we're going to do, they both have a USB connector, which looks like that. And there we go. Let's see if we can get that a little bit clearer. If the camera wants to play nice. I don't think it's gonna zoom in too well. But anyway, it's just a regular USB connector. And all you're gonna do is plug it in onto one of these two ports here. It doesn't matter which one goes where. Just make sure that you plug the one from the keyboard into one of them, and you'll see the mouse has the exact same type. Plug that into the other one. That's it. Okay? Once you've got both of those plugged in, you'll want to plug in your network cable. We don't have an extra one, so we're going to grab the one that came in the box. Open that up. And then this is just going to go into that network port that I showed you earlier. So we'll just connect that up. The other end of this cable needs to plug into your home internet. So you'll probably have a Linksys or a Netgear or a Cox or a Verizon or CenturyLink or Comcast or some sort of device, and it'll have one of these connectors on it, or it'll probably have 4 or 5 of them. This cable needs to plug into one of those. Okay? And then the last thing to do is just hook up the power, which all you have to do is just plug the power in right to the edge there. And then on this side of the adapter, you're just going to connect this cable in like that and plug the other side of it straight into your power. Okay? That's it. When you're all done, you're just going to hit the little power on button here. You'll see the light up, and you should see it appear on the screen. Now it's important to remember, if your screens come up and they're backwards, all you have to do is take out these blue connectors. Take this one out of here, take the other blue connector off of this, and just switch them around. Turn it back on, and you'll see that the screens come up the other way around. Okay? There are also printed instructions inside the box, and Effortless Office support is always available to help out, and we will be calling each of you at your allotted migration window time anyway to help you out with this. So this video is just to kind of help you make sure you know what you're kind of seeing when we walk you through stuff. All right? Hopefully this helps you get your Xero client set up, and we will be talking to you soon.